Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a Tactics Talk. Welcome back in. Thanks for tuning in. GSOR, I finally aced this silly thing. Finally. When it first came out, I kind of had a fairly neutral review of it. I knew that its top end was pretty good. It is a 4-shot autoloader with pretty good mobility, and it has a turret. So it's classified as a TD. It has some TD things like a fairly slow turret, but as a general rule, it's really pretty fast. The turret's not too bad as far as speed goes. So anything with a turret is automatically more flexible than, say, a casemate. And then it's got the autoloader. I mean, all of those things put together give it a certain possibility, a definite possibility. A lot of the CCs did really well in it. Surprised me a little bit, but they did really well in it. I was fairly indifferent in it. In fact, I had a pretty bad win rate, I believe, when I made the review. So the jury was out. I knew that it had huge potential, but in my hands, it was not really living up to it. Like most things in this game, or most tanks, after you play it for a considerable amount of time, you start to get way more comfortable and understand some of the possibilities and limitations. That was a mistake. I really didn't need to poke against the Carnarvon AX. And you start to play it better. And I think I'm starting to reach that area. I've cranked it up to about a 57-58% win rate now at about 70 or 80 battles. I'm working on it for my 100 battle challenge, getting a better idea of when to use the clip, when not to, what its capabilities are and what they aren't. And this is one of those things that is nice about this tank, is that it can be used aggressively like this if you have friends. If you have friends. Do not overextend in this thing without friends. But in this case, pushing forward and becoming a bitter pill for the enemy to swallow can do great things. So let's just watch this and continue what's going on here. We've got a Carnarvon, a KV-4, Artie. You know, not a huge fan of Artie, but it's working for me right now, isn't it? We've lost 3 tanks. So we got to try to figure out how to dig out of this hole. A considerable amount of our tanks are hiding in the corner down the bottom, but they have a corresponding considerable amount. But we do have a big crowd here as well. Although I will say we're fairly even. We got a 103 coming behind us. What have we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's Artie. We've got 4 guys, 5 guys over here, Math in Public. And they've got about the same amount of guys. I see the 103 coming in. Well, we can't let him sit on our side. So I'll come in here and look for shots if I can. Sneak one on him. 326. Surprised the guys behind me haven't come around and taken me out. But that's where the friends come in, right? Boom. So they've been kept at bay by people over here willing to come out and shoot them. Maybe it looks like the KV-4 was thinking about it. Sneak a shot on him. ISM's doing some work. And I'll be honest, I thought at any moment this enemy team was going to push in and take care of us. The Emil's near dead. The 52 LIS is out of position. The Tiger 2 is really the only thing, and then there's me and this guy. I have no armor, decent hit points, and he's about half dead. So at any point, I figured they'd push in. And really, had they done so, this would be a much different game. It would have ended a while ago. The ISM's looking for a little cheeky shot there. Gets it. I'll be honest, I don't know what he pinned. Whether the Carnarvon was showing him some lower hole somehow, or maybe he got into the weak spot on the top, or I don't know. That was crazy. Good on him. Long reload on the GSOR. That's one of the things that is painful about it. Even if I bait a shot on the Carnarvon, it reloads so quickly that can definitely be problematic. So here comes the Tiger 2, and I'm thinking, oh, he'll just go. He'll take the hit. I'll jump up. We'll finish off the Carnarvon. But we have to play this little game, right? He's spent a lot of time back there, side scraping and hiding. He's just trying to get the Carnarvon to shoot. I don't want to come up there and eat a shot from the KV-4, the Carnarvon, and the auto-loading T-77 back there. So even though I have an auto-loader, I don't really have a great, really great possibility of surviving unless he does something like this. So I'll take that hit. And I know I'm going to out-reload him here. I'm going to take him down with a little bit of... That was stupid. I don't know why I did that. That's probably one of the biggest mistakes I made in this battle. I was thinking, well, I'll bait him, he'll shoot, and I'll come out. Which is what ends up happening, but it was not really a great idea. And to add insult to injury, I low roll the guy for 301, which leaves him 6 hit points. The Emil and the CIS are moving around him. Again, I don't want to walk out in front of the T-77. I still have a very long reload, so I can't really help them right now anyway. Down goes the KV-4, and we've actually taken a lead 7-4. So we clean these guys up over here. We don't lose too many guns. T-77's taking some hits. At some point, I'm going to make a runner and try to get in here on this guy. I don't want him to just come around the corner and finish me off. But he's so busy with the CS-52. Finally kind of pushes. He must be on a reload still himself. He's looking the other way now, so I'll just come around, auto aim, take him down.
Gotcha.
I get a little bit of a problem here because there's a dead carcass on this ramp I want to use, and I don't have the beef to kind of get him out of the way. The first thing I try to do is sneak around him. I think, well, sure, nope, can't quite do that. So his top is popped. Now I'm going to try to wedge him out of the way, but that doesn't work. So now I'm thinking, well, shit, how do I get around there? If I go with the Emil and the LIS, then that's all of us in that same position. Maybe I can go around this way. And then I remember that the Progetto is still in the middle. I was thinking about trying to take him out earlier, but I couldn't get over to this position without getting shot by the AX. So let's just come in here and figure this guy out. Miss there. He's going to start taking crossfire, so that becomes an unsurvivable position. Yeah, there you go. So someone's got a shot on him. He's going to try to make a runner, and we'll get rid of him. We'll hit C and reload. That's one of the big things on this tank, is managing the reloads. I wasn't going to get an immediate another shot. I was going to have to move around and try to get that shot. I don't want to just poke out and take a hit with only one shot if I can reload and get multiple shots into guys. Now the LIS is nearly dead. The Bulldog doesn't have a lot of hit points. The Emil is nearly dead. So we have a huge gun advantage. There goes the T-28. We have a pretty good gun advantage, but the hit point advantage is not what I would like it to be. It's fairly even, but that's just by sheer numbers. It was nice to get rid of the STIR 7 or S1. The STA-2 cannot one-shot me. The other two, the Progetto has an autoloader. He also fires faster than I do. So I lose in nearly every duel except for the STA-2. I should be able to take a hit from the STA. As long as I can give him 2 before he reloads, I should win that. And I make another little mistake here. I try to dick around with this stupid thing again. I'm going to try to ram him out of the way. And then the STA-2 shows up. And then this just becomes a little bit of luck. Wondering, alright, how do I get a shot on him without hitting this piece of concrete? And then he backs out and I can't get to him. And I tracked him. Which was the plan, but a little bit lucky in there, and then ends up working. And that's that trade I was talking about. He was going to get a shot. And all right, yep. So he's 387. I have to have a high roll to kill this guy. Ooh, nope, 337. Maybe the Emil can kill him. Oh, geez, he's going to come around. He actually gets through, or starts fighting his way through. And at this point, I'm like, whatever. Emil should get this guy. We have a huge advantage in hit points and numbers now. Let me just... Maybe I get a lucky bounce or something, but I'm going for the ram.
We're done for. Everyone get out.
It ends up for the top gun, the ram for the kill. One thing I do know about Scorpions when they're trying to brawl like this, I've run into this many times against when playing the Scorpion, they're very cumbersome in a brawl. The turret is slow, the depression's not great, it's hard to kind of position it because of the slow turret. It's hard for the timing of the shot. If your ping sucks, that exacerbates the problem. If you can get a Scorpion in one of these kind of goofy fights, especially where there's little pieces of rubble and all the weird angles that are going on in here, you have a chance of forcing a miss. Especially if you keep moving and trying to be a tricky target right there. And that's exactly what happened for me. I don't know. 8 out of 10 you lose that, but 2 out of 10 it ends up working for you. Right? So while I say that was my intention the whole way, did I know it was going to work? No, not really. Was I glad it did? Sure, absolutely. Ends up being an ace tanker. 3,828 damage, 619 assist. Even bounced a little bit in there. And then 6 kills for my first ace mastery in the GSOR. It's growing on me. It definitely is a bit of a fiddly tank. It takes some care. Takes some care and feeding in order to do well in it. You cannot overextend in this thing unless you have friends. And in that case, it's not really an overextension. It's just working better angles and moving forward and being ready to take things down. But you certainly do not want to be alone in this thing. That is all I've got. Thanks for tuning in. We will see ya.